Totally normal celebrity couple stuff. But then Selena reaches for his hand, and what happens next is the moment that basically broke the internet's trust in this relationship. Now I can't show you the exact clip without getting flagged, but here's what people noticed. There was a visible hesitation. She extended her hand, and instead of the natural automatic response you'd expect from someone who just married the love of their life, there was a pause. A pause long enough for people to start asking serious questions. Maybe he was distracted, maybe his hand was full, maybe it's literally nothing. But when you're newlyweds, 3 months into marriage, that automatic connection should still be there, right? That's what people are saying, and honestly, it's hard to argue with that logic. But the Lakers game was just the beginning, because what happened at the Golden Globes made people go from thinking that's odd to believing something is definitely off. As they're walking through the crowd, the pacing looked completely wrong. She's a massive celebrity. Fans want to talk to her. That's normal. That's part of the job. But according to multiple people who commented on this, it looked like he was in a hurry, like he was rushing through moments she would normally stop for. One person literally commented asking why he couldn't slow down and let her speak with her fans, because that's what people love about her. And then someone else pointed out that he was acting like he was the star when clearly the attention was meant for her. Now here's my take that I haven't seen anyone else mention. Some people are reading this as him being rude or checked out, but could it also be that he's uncomfortable with the level of fame? Because Benny Blanco is successful, but he's not stopped by fans everywhere you go famous, and that's a completely different experience to navigate. So, is this a relationship problem, or is this an adjustment problem? I genuinely don't know, but it's worth considering both angles before jumping to conclusions. Now remember when I said there were 3 incidents that all connect? This is the third one, and honestly, this might be the most telling of all. Days before New Year's Eve, their first New Year's as a married couple, Selena was photographed at LAX completely alone. No Benny anywhere in sight. And people immediately started asking why the newlyweds weren't traveling together for such a major holiday. In fairness, there is an explanation that makes sense. Benny has publicly talked about having a fear of flying, and he's been open about that for years. So, it's entirely possible he drove, or took a different route to meet her. But the optics weren't great, especially with everything else already swirling around about their relationship. Here's where it gets really interesting, because right after each of these moments went viral, something specific happened. After the Lakers game questions started circulating, they posted cozy Christmas content, all smiles, all cuddly, very relaxed and happy looking. After the airport speculation started, suddenly there's a whole winter getaway carousel with snow, kissing, laughing, the full "we're so in love" package complete with a snowflake emoji caption. Some people are saying this proves they're fine, because look, they keep showing us they're happy. But other people are pointing out that the timing is suspicious, because why does every piece of cute content drop right after something weird happens? Is it genuine, or is it strategic damage control? There was even a Polaroid-style video of them tubing in the snow and playing around, which should have been adorable, but people started accusing Selena of photoshopping the pictures, which just added more fuel to the fire. I have to talk about the theories because they're everywhere, and ignoring them would be weird at this point. Some people are saying Selena was the one who pushed this relationship forward faster than he was ready for. They point to an interview where she admitted to saying "I love you" first while coming out of anesthesia after hand surgery. He told the whole story about how she was groggy and just said it, and he told her to go back to bed. In isolation, that's actually kind of sweet and funny, but in the context of everything else, people are reading it very differently now. There's also speculation about why everything moved so fast, with some people drawing connections to other high-profile celebrity relationships that were getting a lot of attention around the same time. Some comments have gone as far as suggesting the whole relationship was motivated by wanting similar attention, which honestly feels like a reach to me. But I understand why people are connecting those dots when they're not given clear information. There's also been pregnancy speculation after the Golden Globes because people noticed how Selena was holding her stomach and started zooming in on every picture, watching how she stood, how she moved, how often her hand was on her belly. Whether there's anything to that or people are just looking for things to analyze, I honestly can't say. On top of all this, the other speculation that's been floating around since day one isn't going anywhere either, and with all of this weird energy, those particular rumors are definitely not dying down anytime soon. So after looking at everything, the Lakers game, the Golden Globes, the solo travel, the perfectly timed couple content, here's where I actually land on this. I don't think they're getting divorced tomorrow, but I also don't think everything is as perfect as the Instagram posts suggest. What I think is probably happening is somewhere in the middle, two people who are still adjusting to married life, dealing with insane public scrutiny, and maybe not always being on the same page about how to handle all of it together. The internet has a tendency to spiral. We take small moments and turn them into massive narratives, and sometimes we're right, but sometimes we're completely wrong. The truth is we don't actually know what's happening behind closed doors, and we're all just guessing based on seconds-long clips and carefully curated posts. If they actually start involving divorce lawyers before they even hit their one-year anniversary, that would genuinely be shocking. But also, maybe the internet is just doing what it always does and reading way too much into every little thing. I want to know your read on this situation. Do you think people are seeing real warning signs, or is this just the internet overanalyzing everything like we always do? And here's a spicy question. Do you think this marriage will outlast some other high-profile relationships we've all been watching? Drop your thoughts below because I actually read these comments and I'm genuinely curious what you think. I'll see you in the next one.